Where did we get to? Oh, I've
We're on Jordan Love.
Jordan Love, yeah. Well, Kenny Clark has agreed. Kenny Clark and the Packers have agreed on a new contract. He gets 3-year extension, 64 million with 29 million in 2024. I don't really know what to say because I don't really remember much of what Kenny Clark done for us last season. Defensive lineman, yeah. So he got 22 tackles and 8 sacks last season. Yeah. Too bad. Could have been better.
I mean, I was going to say he's not the best, but he's not the worst.
No, and defensively last season and offensively last season, we didn't do shit at all, really. Well, towards the end of the season.
I was going to say, at the start, it was kind of a mess.
But I think that was more of the team gelling together.
Yeah, they were the youngest. We said that last time, didn't we? They were the youngest team across the league. So I think it did take a while for them all to find their footing, so to speak, and get going. And once they got going, they got going.
That's actually right. I've got it here.
I mean, you ask any Eagles fan, one of the best parts of the season, even though we sucked, was the Packers whooped Dallas Cowboys in the playoffs. Exactly,
and that's what the Cowboys needed. That was good for all of us everywhere. I think.
I mean, they lost the next game, but that's for the way the season started. That's quite an achievement.
Yeah, I think my brain is all fuzzled because we got a little bit fucking sidetracked with the tax shit. This is what this podcast is about. This is how a normal conversation with us goes. Because we're talking about Jordan Love, and I've got so much I still need to say about Jordan Love.
I get sidetracked so easily. That's the thing. I'm sure I've got ADHD and possibly a bit of autism. So
the tism.
My brain goes everywhere, mate. It's insane.
So what I was... No, I'm definitely not. So with Jordan Love, he was at training camp, and when I first wrote this, he wasn't playing. His contract hadn't been decided. He was not practicing drills or anything like that, which made sense because he doesn't want to get hurt just before a new contract.
He was there, wasn't he? I remember.
He was attending. Yeah, he was attending, but he didn't play. He didn't participate in anything. To me, it makes sense. You're waiting for a big contract. You don't want to get fucking hurt just before that big contract because that big contract may never come through.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? If you fucking hurt yourself. But I looked up, he should have been paid with what he has, and he got, it was shit at the beginning, but he got 4,159 passes, 4,159 yards, 372 complete passes with 579 attempts. So he made 372 complete passes.
Yeah.
Out of the 579.
That's quite a good percentage.
64.2% pass rating.
I've seen. I think I saw a stat where he was actually slightly.
Here we go.
He was slightly better than Dak last season, if I remember.
I think he's better than most last season.
I mean, everyone raves about how good Dak is and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And Love's just surpassed him in his first complete season.
Yeah. So hard trying to have a look at my phone, and do you know what I mean? He's going to be our new franchise quarterback. It's another Hall of Famer.
Yeah.
He's another Hall of Famer, in my opinion, and that will make 3 Hall of Famers come from the Packers, and everybody is complaining. 3 quarterbacks, all Hall of Famers, because...
How have they done that? On Sam of T-code somewhere and just being like LB, R1. You know what I mean?
Yeah, up, down, up, down, up, down.
Yeah. Somebody sat somewhere doing something, man.
I think he's going to be with Mr. Irrelevant, Brock Purdy, in the Hall of Fame.
I think Brock Purdy has been a lot better than he was first believed.
He was, obviously he was the last pick in the draft, right? I don't give a fuck. For Packers, we could have taken him. But because he was so low, they didn't want to. No one wanted to take him. I don't know why.
Because
49ers took him.
Yeah, well, the Niners took him, I think, just as a third string backup. Because that's what he was. Their starter was already out for the season at that point.
He's another cheat code.
And then Brock Purdy comes into the game and just starts destroying people.
He is a different level.
Yeah,
He is a different kind of player, in my opinion.
I personally believe he just needed that opportunity to show people what
Mhm.
he could do.
Yeah, 100%. And I
Um,
don't understand why he wasn't in Netflix series Callback. Well, I
because
do
at the
understand.
time they started recording it, I don't think he'd started playing at that point in the season.
Mm. Just whack my leg on the desk.
I don't think he came in till like week 4 or 5 at least.
Oh, really?
Of course, quarterback had already started recording at the start of the season, hadn't it?
Yeah.
It was following the
Yes, it
whole
had. You're
season.
right. Pardon me. Anyway, have you seen the pictures of the new, what is it called? Fondue white Packers helmet. That's
No,
going
I
to
haven't.
be,
I'm gonna have to look it
it's
up.
an alternative helmet for 24-25, and it will be against, it will be, their debut will be the Bears game. It is nice, but I like the Vikings. Ice white? Is it ice white? Something like that?
Yeah, I know the one you mean.
That is, oh,
The
delicious.
video of Jay Alexander.
Yes.
He's asked what his favourite thing to do in the off season is.
Yeah.
And he's just like, be invisible.
The Invisible.
And then just walks off.
He's got to be one of my favourite Packer players.
I love seeing all the clips that come out throughout the season about him. It's
The clip
ridiculous.
last season where he's got sunglasses on and he just starts talking to the reporter, and she had absolutely no idea who he was freaking hilarious.
You
It
could see it
was,
in the face. He didn't have a clue. But I
yeah.
think one of my favourite ones was where he was talking about making a defensive play. He's like,
Hmm.
"Oh, he's really going to throw us over," and then
Yeah.
he's in a mid sentence. He's like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
Then I caught the ball, run over to the sideline.
Did you see who's that guy? He plays for the Panthers, rookie, just got drafted.
Maybe again.
Did you see the one about him? I've seen so many videos of him and I cannot fucking understand a word he's saying,
I
right?
can.
But yeah, you're a different kind of
I'm
person
a
then.
different kind of beast, then, you know.
I'm
Autism and
built different.
ADHD.
I'm built different.
Oh no, I'm not
Um,
built different. I'm just different.
I'm built different. Bread and butter pudding. um, so I seen an interview of him from training camp, and
Yeah.
he has said, I think they had subtitles at the bottom of what he was saying, which I kind of, this was one of the videos I kind of could understand what he was saying. He's not happy with the way he's performing in training camp, and he has said himself that he doesn't feel like he's given it his all in training camp. And
Okay.
they were asking him if the coaches have pointed out to him, and he said no, this is his own
Opinion.
yeah, it's his own opinion. He doesn't feel like he's given it that 110% that he should be.
Yeah.
I'm expecting to see really good things from him.
I think if they play it right, Panthers could move up.
Hmm.
And obviously depending on a lot of factors like how other teams progress and stuff from last season.
Hmm.
But they seem to be loading up a bit more than they were for last season.
Yeah,
Mainly in they took, I can't remember if it's free agency or the draft. They took a new tackle or two or something as well to
yeah.
because that was one of the big things.
I think.
Bryce Young should have been playing really well, but he was getting
Mhm.
steamrolled because the offensive line was crap.
Yeah, I think they just took a new kicker as well, free agency.
I think they did.
They call him the thicker kicker,
Yeah, I had something about
and
that. He was
he's
just getting
making.
run over
Yeah,
in the backfield. You can't get passes out if you're just getting steamrolled. So he should have been able to play a lot better. I think as a player, Bryce Young is pretty good, but didn't get to showcase it because the rest of the Panthers suck basically.
I don't think I even watched a singular Panthers game.
I didn't watch a game. I saw a few clips. I'd be there'd be half time or there'd be a break or something. I'd be
Mm.
scrolling through social media and you'd see clips from other games and stuff.
Hmm.
But a lot of it was the offense for the Panthers was just getting destroyed.
It's really hard to watch every single team.
Yeah, oh
I
yeah,
find.
I can't.
Can't keep up with every single team, and I'm trying to
But
delve. deeper into it, and it's just like
Yeah.
and then it's like
Well, I sent you my screenshot today. Half a day's work, and I got 44 notifications just from X.
yeah, it's mad. You're like Jordan Love is at training camp but not participating, and then
A day later.
his new contract's coming. You're like, what the fuck?
What did I miss?
Exactly.
I think it doesn't help that a lot of it happens
I think it's
in their evening, but our night
yeah.
time. That's a big problem.
So Detroit Lions have added some defensive line depth for a training camp, signing 29-year-old defensive tackle David Bader via the NFL's International Player Pathway program. He is exempt from the 90-man roster. That's because he is part of the IPP, I think, isn't it?
I think
He doesn't count as being on the roster if they take him from the IPP.
Yeah, which is why I think that was a big push for the IPP, because you essentially get an extra man on your team.
And I think for the more people that go through the IPP, the bigger it's going to get over here.
Yeah, but the defense for the Lions made me laugh a little bit because they added a player from. So obviously the Eagles had that amazing defensive year where they went to the Super Bowl. Obviously they lost to the Chiefs, but a few key pieces of defense left. Yeah. One of them was our safety, CJ Gardner-Johnson.
Did he go to the Lions?
Yeah, he went to the Lions on a 1-year contract. Guess who we got back this year? Back to the Eagles.
How long was he signed for?
2 or 3 year deal, if I remember rightly.
Not bad.
But he was one of our top safeties, which is the other funny thing about Bradbury switching safety. So we got him back, who was a really good safety with the Eagles. Reed Blankenship was one of our top defensive players for last season. He's a safety. He made more tackles than the tackles.
I remember you telling me about that.
It was like 100. I looked the stats up. It was like 104 tackles on his own, something stupid. And he's the safety.
You're the safety. Keep us safe.
But
Stop hitting.
He shouldn't need to come in and make those tackles, you know?
He shouldn't need to come in and make those tackles. Definitely not.
But when two safeties like that,
and
then having a corner switch to safety, we've also got Cooper DeJean, who's safety / cornerback. One of our good, pretty sure it was safety last season.
Yeah.
Sidney Brown, who was out for the season because he had an injury, who actually made highlight reels last season because he returned a 99-yard touchdown.
I think I've seen that.
Yeah, he made an interception on pretty much goal line and then took it back for a touchdown.
It's crazy, isn't it?
So this season,
can you imagine catching something that is 99-yard and running the fuck out of it?
Well, not only did he run the fullback, about halfway, 3/4 of the way, he had to do some weaving between their defense.
It's crazy. Now.
He still made the touchdown. But then we lost him to injury. So he should be back at the start of the season. So we should this year be restocked in defense. That's good.
I need to, for our next podcast, I need to make sure I've got more Packers news. But a lot of Packers news, like X and stuff like that, you don't get the news like you do with Eagles, Panthers, Bears. Packers stuff they put out is just like playful stuff, if you know what I mean. It's close to the chest with the Packers, and I think that is a good way to play it. You don't see too much from the Packers.
No,
which is frustrating as a Packers fan. It is frustrating as a Packers fan. But
I've noticed it because obviously I follow them on X Twitter thing just to try and keep up to date, along with a few reporters and stuff. And you get loads from the reporters and stuff, but the Packers you get like smiles in training camp or something. There'll be a picture, and then like once every couple of days there'll be the Packers letter is out.
Yeah, that's it. I need to get myself on that Packers layer. Have you obviously know Lewis Rees-Zammit, the Welsh rugby star that moved to the Chiefs. He got taken on by the Chiefs way before the draft as well.
because he was on the IPP, so he wasn't actually in there for the draft.
But the guy that was from Basingstoke, I forget his name, Travis Clayton. He's a rugby player from Basingstoke. He got taken on by the Bills. I'm sure he got drafted.
I don't know because but the thing with Rees-Zammit is he got taken by the Chiefs, but I don't think he went in for the draft practice and stuff. But when they
Right.
do all their reps and all that
The
sort of
combine and stuff
stuff.
like
Combine,
that.
that's it.
He did
So
do a
because of his
they do a
social media
separate thing.
posts.
They do a separate thing as well, don't they?
Yeah.
For the IPP. So I looked it up, right? After I seen an interview of him explaining how different rugby and the NFL are. He was saying it's different in, like, obviously you have to wear pads. In rugby, you don't wear fucking pads. Have you seen rugby boot studs?
No, it's the same.
They look like fucking Wolverine's claws, mate.
Hey, they're ridiculously.
I
They're
was looking at
ridiculously
new
deep
boots.
into the ground when they're running.
And they're like a V as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like you obviously, I was looking at firm ground boots today because I was looking up the difference between American football boots and our football boots, like soccer boots.
Yeah.
And they have an extra stud at the front, but they don't wear metal studs. So there are firm ground studs, the like silicone plasticky ones.
Right.
But if you get the firm ground ones, they're the same as the American football ones, more or less. So that's what I got, firm ground boots.
Yeah.
And then our soft ground are like metal studs, but I think you can get the plastic. They used to be called blades when they first came out. That's what I had when I played football at school, the plastic blade ones. So I think they're harder for the soft ground. I don't know. And then you got the metal ones, right?
Yeah.
And I thought, that's gonna fucking hurt if they shit. And then I seen rugby boots.
Yeah, they're evil.
And I was like, what in the actual fuck is that?
Yeah,
They're
rugby.
like fucking.
Have you ever seen like when a player's got a scarf on him, something in their back of their hand, or their leg or something? It's insane.
So that is one of the differences that he said, that obviously you have to wear pads and but you have to make yourself sort of smaller, try and keep as low as possible when you're running, brace for a tackle.
So they kind of, in rugby, they lean forward a bit, don't they, when they're running and stuff?
And in the NFL, you kind of tuck in a bit more, keep yourself looking smaller. Rugby, they're kind of... No, rugby, they're up, aren't they? And just...
Last second, really lean forward into that.
When someone's coming at you, same as they do tackle over here. But I looked up, right? He done a 40-yard dash in 4 second 50 and 4:44, right? But before the event, he done it in 4.2 and 4.3.
Yeah.
That's his 40-yard dash.
But because he wasn't at the combine, they can't claim it the record.
Who was the guy that got drafted? The Chiefs drafted another one. Xavier
I was going to say, wasn't it Xavier Worthy?
Yeah.
Who set the record?
4.2. Something like that. 4.23, I think. Essentially, they're the same speed.
Yeah.
But I think, I'm not 100% sure, obviously. I think they have clocked Rees-Zammit something stupid like 28 mile an hour in a rugby match.
I heard something about that, in the rugby.
I need to look that up.
I've heard something stupid. I also heard that they put him in for running back snaps.
Yep. He has been doing that in training camp, and he got a touchdown in training camp.
Of course, the way he works is a bit like running back position.
He can
take the ball and run as far as you can.
His quick feet have earned him a huge fan base and plenty of tries for both Gloucester and Welsh national team, even paving the way for Zammit to become the youngest visitor to the 2021 British and Irish Lions Tour. The exciting back three looked like they barely broke a sweat, clocking a time of just 10.44 seconds over the 100-meter distance. Let me see. Top speed.
4.2 miles an hour.
That is bonkers. 24.2. We should actually have shit like this up before we fucking do this. But fucking
Rees-Zammit is also known for collision speed. He's earned the nickname Rees-Lightning and reported clocked at the top speed of 24.2 miles per hour during a rugby game, which is faster than Tyreek Hill got clocked.
Is it really?
Tyreek got clocked at like 22.5 or something, 22.4.
Let's be fair. Tyreek Hill can have babies faster than he can run.
Anyone can have. Nobody can have babies as fast as Tyreek.
What's he on? I've seen a thing. I think he's got like 10 kids.
I'm sure it's like 10 or something. Because I saw. No, I think it's now 11 because like his girlfriend's just been announced as pregnant as well or something. Because I seen a clip of someone saying Nick Cannon and Tyreek Hill could have 11-man NFL games against each other with their kids.
All that money he makes, he must pay out in child support. Do you know what I mean?
How much can he actually bring home? That's probably what he's doing in his camps, getting cooked.
Did you see him get cooked by that girl at the training at the thing?
Yes.
Fuck! He tried to play that off as he didn't care.
But the best thing about that was, you could see when he realised he was cooked, he just stopped.
Yeah, he tried to play that off like he didn't care.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're supposed to be the fastest man in the wide receiver position, and you just got cooked by an 11-year-old girl.
Chiefs are not going to need him now with Xavier Worthy and then.
Well, everyone's.
I've seen a few clips. But... I've seen a few clips of that Xavier Worthy not doing great in training camp, but training camp is training camp. Wait until you get on the field.
I was going to say the fields are different. Once they do because it'll be coming up soon. I can't remember when, but they'll do the team-on-team practices, won't they?
Mm-hmm.
That's where I reckon they'll find out because it's two different defense. It's different offense and defense. It's not your own guys.
Yeah. Who
potentially know where you're going and stuff.
He's still young.
Well, that's it. He's literally just been drafted.
They're all still so young, and the IPP, this is going to be their first season playing real football. So
yeah,
I hope we see some good stuff come from the IPP, especially the two Brits that got in. I think that's all I've got. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was all I've got.
So one I saw that made me chuckle, and this is why they traded him. New Jets pass rusher, Hassan Reddick, who we traded to the Jets, is now sitting out training camp till he gets a new contract. He wants a lot more money.
Does he?
Which is why we traded him, because how he knew was coming, he's going to want a lot more money. Because to be fair, he has been pretty good, but it's more money than they want to pay him. So they traded him to the Jets. He's still got a year on his contract. So he wants more money and an extension, basically.
Well, that's the Jets' problem.
Yeah, essentially.
Did you see the... Go on.
To go off to a different one, so what would you say?
I was in Primark. We had this conversation about Primark tops last week. And then I walk in, go up the lift, and in front of me was an Eagles jumper.
I saw that picture.
You had like Chiefs, Eagles, wasn't Raiders, and it wasn't 49ers. That might have been a Lakers top because they seem to bundle NBA and NFL stuff together in there. It is mad. I was like, what? We had this conversation last week. Well, wait, what?
When you sent me that picture about the Eagles one, I was like, I need to know where that is.
It's like 12 quid or something.
Did you see Joe Burrow?
With the, buzz cut bleach blonde, wasn't it?
So, of course, he's been paid quite well recently. But the question is, will he finish the season?
Why would he not? He's
injured last year.
Prone to injury, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he got injured at some point during the season before. He actually finished the season.
I hope he does, because he's an animal.
Well, he also he's quite a good quarterback.
I don't think the Chiefs have managed to beat him yet. Oh no, they beat him one time, at least one time.
But yeah, I mean that's going to be an interesting one to watch. I think throughout the season.
They should call him Slim Burrow.
Well,
Chicka Slim Burrow.
He's already got loads of nicknames. One of them's what was it? Joey Cool. Have you seen that clip going around of him throwing that pass in the snow season?
No.
He literally as the ball's leaving his hands, starts spinning around straight away. So he's not even fully watched the pass. It's going
Oh,
and
really?
stuff. He just does
He
like this
does.
spin.
He does spin when he throws.
Yeah,
It's
he always
weird.
seems to. It's strange.
Have you throwing the ball is harder than you think as well. From doing the
Yes.
flag training, it's more difficult than you think.
So I went up to that field I told you about out here, the
Hmm.
proper field thing, and I did it a bit with a mate of mine, Leon. And you've really got a kind of more on it than you would just a normal soccer ball.
Yeah,
So
and it's like more wrist
yeah,
than shoulder. Yeah, I've been practicing a lot
yeah, it's
for
wrist
flag.
and elbow as opposed to actually putting your shoulder.
Yeah,
It's quite strange.
you feel it when you've been using your shoulder more.
Yeah,
It's so strange. The flag football is good, man. I'm enjoying it so far, and depending on how well I go with this, I might transition to contact at some point.
I mean I would, but it's like 300 quid,
Mm.
so it's just not something I can afford to do at the moment.
Yeah, same for me, but flag at the moment is free. We're not playing games or anything like that, so we have got another team coming down that we're going to do like joint training sessions, so we'll see how that goes tomorrow. Last week there's only three of us
Yeah,
because new team.
yeah,
Um,
that's the trouble with anything. You got to wait for
mhm,
people to actually
mhm.
come in and join.
If you build it, they will come.
See this week. Have you seen the clips going around about Hard Knocks and the Giants?
No.
So, you know, the whole thing with the Eagles getting Saquon through free
Hmm.
agency and that was the Giants' own fault.
Was it really?
His contract was coming up. They weren't sure whether they wanted to pay him because obviously I think they franchise tagged him last year.
Yeah, I think so.
And I think it was the GM told him to go out and test free agency. Literally said test free agency. He said, but come back to us with any offer you get and we'll see if we want to try and match
Hmm.
it. And
They
they
didn't want it.
basically didn't. But there's a clip going around of like after that phone call happened of I think it was like the owner or the GM or something saying if Saquon goes, I'll have a hard time sleeping. And then of course later on they found they went to a rival, the Eagles.
Fuck around and find out, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean
Fuck around and find out.
with a player like Saquon, you can't just say, "Oh, go and test the market." Somebody's
Anyone's
going
gonna
to take
snap
him.
him up. Yeah. What can
And
you do?
a rival team needed a running back, a good one. Found out he was free. We'll take him.
Yeah, exactly.
So took I think one of their tackles or something as well.
Jets, man.
Um, and I think there was talks of them taking a third Giants player. So we were just like kind of pilfering the Giants for anybody they had left that was decent.
Giants couldn't really afford to lose too many players either, could they? They didn't do great.
No, but I don't think they had a lot of spare money to be able to offer big contracts, really.
I don't think they do either.
So I think they were kind of almost in the catch 22. We can't offer Saquon 40, 50 million.
Mm.
Probably could barely just afford to pay him 30. Didn't really want to spend it all. He
Yeah.
was like, oh no, we've got loads of money, we'll take him. Is how he seems to be quite good at managing how much players they get paid. And we get top talent
Wax.
for bottom dollar.
Yeah, wax, doesn't it?
Yeah. But I also saw that they what was it I was looking at that actually made me laugh. Quarterback, their starter quarterback, so to speak, is supposed to be
Hmm.
fully healed and ready for training camp.
Who's their star?
Not 100%, but I think it's something like Daniel Jones or something.
I don't know.
I can't remember, but what I remember, he wasn't. Yeah, Daniel Jones was out quite early at the start of last season.
Oh,
He was taken by the Giants in 2019,
so
a long time ago.
that's quite a long time ago to not know who he is.
Yeah, but then, so I was also looking up the NFC East division the other
Hmm.
day.
Hmm.
The Giants haven't taken division title since it was like sort of 2017, 2018.
That's a long time.
Washington
Real
have taken it twice,
Jesus.
and they were considered a dumpster fire last season. So, I mean, it's not looking good for the Giants, to be honest.
It's not at all, is it really? We'll see.
I think it's too early to tell at the moment because
Yeah.
training camp only just started.
hmm
I think we got to wait another week.
Yeah. And then we'll have more insight into how good the players are looking, how healthy they are, who's going to be on the injured list, and
Because I
who's going
saw
to be our
this week
starters.
loads of players getting put on the, what is it, PUP list,
hmm
where they're players unable to perform or something.
Yeah, it does sound right.
But there's been, I think the Eagles put like 3 or 4 players on it because they
I've
can't
not even
play
seen.
a training camp.
Mm. Yeah. Right. I think we need to stop there, don't we?
We do, but there was one more I had to.
Oh, go ahead.
What one was it? Kadarius Toney.
Kadarius Toney.
He was real bad last season, wasn't he, as a wide receiver?
Terrible. I didn't think that there would be any space for him
I honestly
with the
thought he would
Chiefs.
be traded or just fully dropped
Yep,
this
same.
season.
Yeah.
He was that bad last year. But he's been seen taking running back snaps.
I have seen that, and I do believe I've seen someone say that there is a possibility that he could be moving to running back.
Yeah,
Um,
which I think is a really interesting switch up.
oh yeah,
What do you say about it? Do you know what I mean? Without actually seeing video of or something of how he's performing.
you can't, can you? You can't say, yeah, last season he was shit. Let's move him to running back and see if he can do it. But he's been taking snaps, so we'll have to see what
But
videos start circulating. What?
one of the things I do know about running back position is there's usually 3 or 4 of them,
hmm
and they can play different styles. They quite often have one just for like third down
hmm
to try and just truck through everybody if they're like a yard or 2 short to get that fourth. So they're not on fourth down, they can just truck through or something. But
hmm
they'll have a main running back who does first and second down, or they'll have someone for just say the red zone, the last 20 yards, get them to the goal line.
Yeah.
So I think it'd be interesting to see what style they try and use him as.
I don't know. Last season, I don't think he made a touchdown, did he? I don't think he made a catch very.
I don't think he even caught the ball, did he?
I think it was
They all seem to
minimal
be
if
dropped.
he did. Yeah, it was minimal if he did manage to catch it. And there was a lot of bad blood coming from the Chiefs' kingdom.
Yeah, they hated him. But if they just put in Rees-Zammit, and he's got a lot of speed, I think he'll be one of their primary running backs.
So do I. Yeah.
I think Kadarius could be the third down or something, try and get that last bit of yardage.
Yes. We will only time.
I think that's going to be one of the interesting ones to watch to see if he survives training camp or gets kicked out, essentially.
Yeah. Same. Fuck it. We'll find out.
But I think next week's going to be where we get a bit more information on what these switch ups have actually done to the positions and players.
This is obviously only our second week podcasting, and there's not a hell of a lot going on in the NFL world at the moment.
Well, I think the problem isn't that it's not a lot going on. I think it's at the moment because the first week of training camp, it's more just new contracts, players being put on the injury list, or when they're actually going to turn up.
Yeah,
Or players holding out for new contracts.
I am pumped for the season to start. I don't know about you.
Yeah, I already looked. I can't watch the first 2 preseason games. I can watch the third one.
Because Eagles?
No, the preseason.
Preseason. What's the
They
first
get
2?
3 preseason games, don't they? And I was looking at the schedule. The first 2 over here are like 1 o'clock in the morning or something.
You're whacking.
Yeah, because they're like Wednesday, Thursday games, so I'll be working on those.
Yeah.
But the third one starts at 6 o'clock in the evening.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
And they're playing the Vikings.
Even better.
So I think that could be interesting to see who the quarterback is and how he plays.
Yeah, it's good. Right. I think we need to go, and
Yeah,
we'll say ta-ta and pump for the pre-season, pump for the NFL season coming up, and
yeah, can't wait. It should be a good one this year.
it should be a good one. We'll see who's going to be going to the playoffs, and it's a long way off.
Everybody's looking.
Yes. We shall see you next door.
Yeah.
Peace.